everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue watching House of the Dragon. We are in season 2 and at episode 4 and I am so eager to watch the next one. If you are new here, hello, welcome in. My name is Cora. It is so lovely to have you here. I'm also a Twitch streamer and I create gaming content here on YouTube. If you want to check the gaming content out, you can click the link up here. And if you want to come and hang out live or check out any of my other social media, the link that is down below in the description box. And if you're not new, welcome back. The last episode had so much detail into it. It was such a good episode and I feel like we really got to follow every single character, see what they were up to, see what they were thinking and feeling, and we got so many clues to future things. Let's just say that this war is just getting more and more complicated by the second. It starts off with two different houses located somewhere in the Riverlands who do have a history of not liking each other. They have a history of kind of being on the edge of war all the time, but you can see the sons of the houses arguing and realizing that they have sworn for different royals, so for each side, which then sets them off fighting and their entire houses and their families and everything joining in, and you can just see this field of it's basically a huge war field of just dead bodies and utter chaos, truly. We also have Daemon flying to the Riverlands to try to take Harrenhal and succeeding in doing so. However, both sides knows that Harrenhal is really important for them to win this war, and so you would expect there to be quite a lot of people in Harrenhal and lots of resistance potentially, and it being a generally speaking difficult situation. But Daemon just, I think he meets one guy that he managed to beat up, and then he just walks straight into the hall where the Lord is sitting, and the Lord just straight out just declares for Rhaenyra, and that's it basically. There was no big fight, no glorious takeover, and Harrenhal is basically in pieces. There's so, like, it's raining in, it's not the castle that you kind of expect it to be after them all discussing that we need to take over this, and I don't think that Daemon really expected it either. Daemon says that he wants to talk to Tully, and the guy, the Lord who is in Harrenhal, kind of tells him not to. Before we leave off Daemon for last episode, he gets a sort of dream, vision, is shown a vision, I don't know, but he first off steps around inside Harrenhal and finds teenage, like young Rhaenyra with the dead Jaehaerys, and that Rhaenyra kind of like stitching up his neck, and it's really terrifying. It's a very disturbing scene. And also her telling Daemon that I always have to pick up the pieces after you. Then you see Daemon at one of the old gods' trees in Harrenhal, and I think that's where he actually is, and he sees a woman he saw earlier in Harrenhal, and she just tells him that you're gonna die here, you'll never make it out alive. And I have no idea what these visions are supposed to mean, but they definitely got to Daemon. And I feel like when he saw the young Rhaenyra and Jaehaerys, it kind of seemed like the whole thing was a mistake. Maybe he didn't care super much in the moment, but it definitely got to him seeing the dead child, I think. And no matter what his intention was, it didn't seem like he was happy about the outcome. What that means, unclear. And the fact that he's got a Harrenhal, if that means that he really wants to do it for Rhaenyra or for himself, I am not 100% sure. I'm not saying he doesn't love Rhaenyra, but it might also be him wanting to claim the throne for her so that he can claim the throne for himself. He's an unclear character, which it makes me find him very interesting, but it's complicated for sure. We also have the Greens discussing their next move, especially after them finding out this big war happening in the Riverlands. And there's so many different opinions in that room, but Cole, the new hand, and Lord Commander, I suppose, decides to act quick and maybe a little irrational. It's not like acting is irrational, but maybe not the most thought through idea. And he decides that they're gonna go and take Harrenhal, basically. And even though some advisors thinks it's unnecessary, they don't see this as just the war has started. They see it more as, well, these two families have fought for generations, it's probably nothing. Aemond is the one who actually presses, saying this is the start of the war. And Aegon just listen to Aemon and to Cole, and he also wants to prove himself. So Aegon decides that he is going to go with Cole for this expedition to take back Harrenhal, or rather take Harrenhal, and also says that he's going to take his dragon with him. Cole says no to this, but Aegon insists that he's going to go, and it's then decided. We do later see him preparing to leave with Cole, but then I think he's called Lord Varys, basically the snake of the castle, the dude who has been infiltrating Alicent's mind a lot and who is very clearly someone who wants to have in the terms of power in the throne. He tells the king, Aegon, that there's lots of rumors. There's some people who thinks it's really brave that he's going to go into war, but there's also people of the opinion that if he goes, he has been kind of convinced by his mum and younger brother Aemon, so that when he leaves, they can take over the throne and rule for him, and this gets to him, so he decides not to go thanks to or because of Varys, which is kind of wild. Instead, he decides to go out drinking. He buys like an entire pub that drinks. There is this dude that I don't know if it's important for later, but there's this dude there claiming that he is family to the Targaryens, that he is like the long lost brother of Daemon and Viserys and whatnot, and then Aegon steps in, and after like basically talking kind of badly about Aegon and lifting up Rhaenyra, he like praises Aegon as she comes walking in. I don't know if that's gonna have any bearing later in the series, but it was an interesting detail. Aegon then decides that he and his friends are gonna go out and like get a virgin laid, basically. And whilst they're at that establishment, they run into Aemon, who is being sort of, I don't know, cuddled? He's like on the lap of the woman that he lost his virginity to, and she's kind of comforting him. She is the only one that Aemon is able to actually talk to, which is a huge problem with the Greens, that none of them can talk to each other. They have no one to rely on, and so he relies on her instead. And his brother finds him, and he is laughing hysterically. It is a really uncomfortable scene in so many ways, and Aemon just stands up and walks out of there, and the fact that Aegon laughed that much at his brother, I don't think that's gonna end very well. We didn't get to see anything last episode, but I don't think that he is very happy that his brother did that to him, and Aemon is a little bit terrifying. Even Alicent is scared of him, so I don't know exactly what this is gonna mean. Whilst the Greens are discussing all of this, obviously Rhaenyra needs to decide what to do as well. In the beginning of the episode, we get to see her bury the two brothers, and they're starting a discussion of like the war and whatnot, and Rhaenys says that instead of dwelling on why this war started, because no one is gonna know in the end, there's so many things that could be the reason when we're out like on the other side of this, you should go and talk to Alicent. Alicent is the only person who would listen to you and who would potentially want to stop this war. All the other people around, both Rhaenyra, if you don't count Rhaenys and a few others, but like around Rhaenyra and Alicent are pushing for a war to happen, whereas Alicent and Rhaenyra are like the too few people who's trying to actually stop a war. And that is also because Rhaenys heard what Alicent said when they took over the throne and Rhaenys was there. She heard Alicent urging her, because it was clear back then already that Alicent did not want a war. She knew that if there's a war, it's going to be bloody, and she does not want it. She doesn't want to be part of it. And therefore, Rhaenys thinks that the best idea is to talk to Alicent. Rhaenyra doesn't believe that it is going to work, but after reading, she had like a letter that she sent to her earlier on. After reading that letter and saw what like Alicent wrote, Rhaenyra does decide to try to talk to her. And after a conversation she earlier had with Mysaria, where I suppose that she gave her like a place in her court as a thanks for saving her life, she trusts Mysaria again and asks her how to get into the city. And she does go into the city after arguing with her court and like her advisors, everyone urging her to just go to war, send dragons, do all of this. She decides to think about what everyone has said, and whilst doing so, try I guess like a one last attempt to stop this war from happening by going to talk to Alicent. So she is smuggled into the city, dressed as like a nun. I don't know actually what they're called, but the women that's like fully clad in this church, the new church with the star, all of that. And that is how she finds Alicent. One of the few places where you can actually find Alicent that isn't within the Red Keep and where she's alone is within the church. So Rhaenyra sneaks up to her, and obviously Alicent is terrified, and they have a little bit of like, it's an uncomfortable situation. They grew up with each other and they're incredibly close. They have always been incredibly close. But there's so much that has happened, and you can hear them kind of discussing, oh, but you did this, oh, but you did that. And I guess at least them sort of finding out that maybe the other person didn't fully do what the other believed them to have done. And I'm kind of happy they were able to have that conversation. Hopefully the assassination attempt and the murder of Jaehaerys is sort of cleared out between them. Not that that's gonna matter in the end, but I think at least from like your childhood friend's perspective, it's kind of nice to see them have a discussion about it and like kind of open up about it. But they talk back and forth, and Rhaenyra finally finds out exactly what Viserys said that made Alicent take over the throne for her son. And Alicent swears on her mother's life, and her mother is extremely dear to her. It's been very clear this whole series. So her actually doing that means that she is genuine when she says that Viserys changed his mind. But when Rhaenyra finds out what he actually said, it is quite clear that he probably confused Alicent for Rhaenyra and repeated the Song of Ice and Fire to her. Honestly thinking back, I wasn't sure when I was watching, but honestly thinking back, I do believe that Alicent believes that she made a mistake. I think that she understands what Viserys now have said, and even though she doesn't say it out loud, because obviously admitting that would be extremely difficult, I do believe that she understood that that was not what he meant. But the deed is already done, Aegon is already on the throne, and even though Rhaenyra is pleading to her to help, and I do believe that she wants to, Alicent admits that I can't. It doesn't matter what Alicent wants. There is no one at court in a position, none of her children, not Cole, her dad is gone, no one is listening to her anymore. And there is literally nothing that she can do, and it's really sad to see that conversation happen, but even though it's too late, it truly is too late, and I believe that's right. Unfortunately, I believe it is too late as well. I'm happy they had that conversation. It was a very strong scene, and the fact that they were sitting amongst the candles like they did when they were young, it made it such a beautiful and impactful scene. We also had another thing that happened, and it was Rhaenyra sending Rhaena off with her children to one of her aunts, I think. I forgot which house the aunt was from, but she sends them off to safety basically. And I think Rhaena is a little bit angry about it, because Rhaena is one of the few Targaryens that does not have a dragon. Her egg never hatched, and I believe that she thinks at least that because of this, no one really respects her, and so her being shipped off with the rest of the children, she does see that as disrespectful. However, even though that might still partially be true, and obviously if she had a dragon, maybe they would be more inclined for her to stay, I believe that Rhaenyra genuinely trusts Rhaena. And she is sending her own children with her because she trusts her. She is basically asking her to do the most difficult thing, which is keep her children safe and be like a mother to them. Love them and keep them safe and all of that stuff. Like, it is going to be so difficult, and even though she's disappointed over the fact that she has to do this, she accepts it, and she's about to leave off, and I think they're going to the Free Cities, where her mother died, which makes it very emotional. She also finds out just before going that it is not just her and the children. She is also bringing the young dragons as well as dragon's eggs with her, and I don't know if that changes the perception of her going away as something even more important to her or not. But either way, her responsibility level, having all the children as well as the dragon eggs and the young dragons, it has got to be the most difficult thing that anyone has to do, and I am so scared for her, and it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. Oh, also, we got to see Cole ride for Harrenhal and having to bring Alicent's brother with him, which was the most awkward meeting I've ever seen. I don't know if it's because he suspects Alicent and Cole. I think partially it is because Cole took the place of his dad as well. But they have to ride together. They have like this really awkward ride there, and Baela, who's out surveying, spots them. So now Rhaenyra and her gang, they know that Cole and his knights are going for Harrenhal, which is very useful and very terrifying information, which is also why everyone's urging Rhaenyra to act, but she instead decided to wait a little bit longer and also go to talk to Alicent, which I don't believe anyone knew apart from Mysaria and potentially Rhaenys as well. We also had this one scene, I almost forgot about it. Helaena forgave her mum. I guess it was potentially for everything. It might have potentially been for what, I don't know, how she grew up, or what she said about Jaehaerys, or the fact that she cares more about Helaena than the death of Jaehaerys. I am not sure, but that scene was extremely powerful as well. Honestly, hard to wrap up episode because there's so many details to it, but I'm very excited to watch the next one. I do not know what's gonna happen in this, but we got so many hints to new things happening and so much development in the last one. I'm a little scared to see what this one is gonna offer, so without further ado, let's get into episode 4 of House of the Dragon season 2. I am so scared for what this episode has to give us. I am honestly so terrified. Ooh, starting off with Daemon, okay. This looks like the Red Keep though, doesn't it? Oh gosh, is he having another vision? I love that they bring up young Rhaenyra to play these
Speak
scenes.
plainly.
Stop.
Oh my goodness gracious, I noticed this isn't actually what's happening, but the fact that he even did that in a dream is scary. See, this is why he scares me, but also why it makes him such an interesting character. Wait, how does he have blood on his hand? Where did he get that from?
As I said, there's been a raven. Aegon's army departed King's Landing a fortnight ago. Might have Harrenhal as its destination.
Definitely have Harrenhal as their destination.
Let's see what your Lord Paramount is made of.
He's like, oh, he really doesn't want this, does he?
My prince, my grace, your grace.
Lord Grover is looking more hale and healthy than I expected.
This is Oscar Tully, grandson.
Oh, okay. So not the current one.
It is an honor, your grace.
Indeed.
He's terrified. I feel bad for him. He's so tiny. He doesn't know what to do with his sword, right?
Lies in a kind of waking sleep.
So he's alive. Well, my time is short and I have need of an army. Perhaps you might place a feather pillow over his head and speed along your inheritance.
He's literally asking him to kill his grandsire.
Like a father.
Oh, poor him. Oh my god, he's like...
Are you here to speak with your grandsire's voice for House Tully in the Riverlands?
While he still lives?
Oh my god, he's so confused, the poor boy.
Summon the Blackwoods here. I require men of action to lead my host of rivermen.
Oh, cute dogs. He tried, the poor kid. Of course he doesn't want to like murder his own granddad or take command when he's technically still alive. It is the honorable thing to do, but Daemon doesn't work that way, and this little kid probably has never met anyone like Daemon. So I feel bad for him.
And you are Alan.
Everyone wants to talk to him, and it seems like he doesn't want to talk to anyone.
I'm given to understand my lord husband owes you his life. Your mother must have been very beautiful.
She's so emotional. Yes, she's happy that he did it, but she doesn't know if anyone is gonna be able to save him again. Is that why? Or maybe she's just happy to see the guy who saved her husband's life. Oh god, he's not happy.
The sailor who plucked you from your watery grave.
The very one? He's angry because he didn't know?
I know who he is, Corlys.
Oh, that's why.
Alan's past is no fault of his. He saved his lord's life. He should be raised up and honoured, not hidden beneath the tides.
Is this why you came?
Came to tell you that Baela has called me to Dragonstone. That councillor's going to dine on her and Jace for supper. They grow restless in Rhaenyra's absence.
Where has that woman gone?
I suspect to try and draw us all back from the abyss.
I love that she's standing up for Rhaenyra when he's doubting the fact that she's gone. She's like, no, she's doing what she has to and what is the right thing to do. Oh, she's looking at the dragon that broke, that she had mended. Oh no, she dropped it. No, that feels sad.
As requested. I brewed it myself.
Oh, the tea. I was like, oh, what is this? And then I forgot about her. Fiery Night with Cole.
Tell me, do you believe Viserys wanted Aegon to succeed him?
Oh gosh, she's putting him on the spot. I know that she wants an honest answer, but how can he say that? Even if you would believe that wasn't the case, how could he say that? That was a good answer though, I will say. I get that she wants to... I guess maybe she wants to still find out if maybe Rhaenyra's wrong. Because I think she believes that Rhaenyra's right, and she feels really guilty about it. Truly, she has got to be one of the loneliest characters in this entire... The way she was touching her belly feels really, really scary. Was it long after?
There were signs of an army moving northwest, I believe.
He's doing so good. Oh.
Perhaps you can, Sir Alfred, when you next sight them on your dragon.
Yeah, and also Rhaenyra told her not to engage, so...
It's because of Baela's efforts.
What do we know?
Yeah, he's saving her.
We could perhaps act if only we had a host of our own, or someone here to lead us.
Mind your tongue, Sir Alfred.
I know that they don't know what's happening, but...
I'm doing my best to steer it, Sir Alfred.
Why should your voice be any louder than ours, Princess? The Queen did not name you Han.
She might as well made her hand.
What has come of this council?
Oh my god, he even steps in. I mean, them guys will at least listen to him. I suppose that's a good thing,
Is there
potentially.
naught to be done in the absence of the Queen but to grouse and claw for power?
Yeah, they should be ashamed of themselves, truly.
We do not know the Queen's doings, but we must trust that she seeks the same as each of us at this table, an end to this conflict.
That she do be doing. I understand that they don't, like, trust her since they don't know what she is doing, but they still decided to go to her side, and therefore they should, even when their gut is telling them not, trust that she's doing the right thing.
Bend the knee to the true King Aegon will be spared.
Oh god. Oh no.
And fighting in his name against the whore of Dragonstone.
Not him calling her a whore. He truly just hates Rhaenyra. Simple as that. This is what Rhaenyra did not want to do. She did not want to go and murder people and be brutal. That's why I like her so much and why the Greens terrify me.
Is there no honor left in this world, Cole? Sacking your queen's own castles and putting up people to the sword?
Well, Cole is pissed and he doesn't care what he's doing. Cole just makes me so frustrated. So true. This guy speaks the truth. I am so sorry that's gonna be the death of him, but...
You should thank me for it.
Yours will come in kind.
Oh my god, I almost thought that he was gonna not do it smoothly from that last line. So right though, he doesn't deserve the cloak. He has done nothing but walloping and being angry and constantly thinking he's not getting what he deserves. Yes, that worked though, in his favor.
But Harrenhal is to the west.
He's not going for Harrenhal, is he?
Indeed it is.
He's not even gonna tell him.
I told you we should have sent our dragons, and now look what's happened. Daemon, of all people, has taken Harrenhal.
Does he know? Does Cole know?
It's your fucking castle!
That castle is more crippled than I am, Your Grace.
That is true.
That's
I guess...
Daemon to madness as he attempts to make use of it. As Harrenhal saps Daemon's resolve, the false queen remains trapped on her island.
Oh, this is way too smart. This is way too smart.
I need to be informed of these things.
Yeah.
If I am to make informed rulings, I will not be made to look a fool.
Harrenhal must wait.
Why didn't they tell him about this? It's actually ridiculous, if you really think about it. How does he know that?
Pathetic prize. I gave no such command.
How did they decide this? Aegon doesn't know anything.
We'll have Dragonstone effectively cut off by land.
Oh, they were sitting and planning though, so I guess that's how he knows. But so freaking sneaky that they didn't...
Turn about. I want Harrenhal back.
Cole is already prepared.
No one is listening to him. Oh my gosh, he's so undermined.
How do you know this?
Oh, because they planned, and probably that too. Yeah.
The two of you have been
not making yeah.
Without my authority.
Wow.
He's so sneaky.
Prosia potaule de repagon. Jelvodaro misirto mitiri piti veto. Silveton kovinani madarisnios.
I'm not saying the strategy isn't good, it's the fact that they didn't tell him. Aegon and Cole, so sneaky. No, sorry, Aemond and Cole. They're just sitting in silence. He is not happy about this. There's so many people not talking to him, but...
Daemon well occupied while we strengthen our host and weaken Rhaenyra's support on the mainland. We'll deal with it in the Riverlands in time.
He's taking over.
Rook's Rest is an easy target, a worthy effort. Don't you agree, my king?
I do wonder if Aemon wants the throne or not. I can't really decide. For some, it feels like he just, like, he likes the power and plotting the war and fighting and all of that stuff, but I'm not sure he necessarily wants to sit on the throne, you know? Interesting and terrifying. Oh, she's not feeling good, does she?
After your absence from the small council, I feared something was amiss.
Indulgence was my sin. I ventured into the lamprey pie at last night's supper.
He sees the cup. Oh no, he's gonna know for sure.
That is a rich indulgence.
Oh, he can use that information.
Deny your appetite. It will make us fully alive as mortal men.
I think she is starting to fear him a little bit.
I would have thought you would be the most aggrieved, my lord.
He doesn't care for Harrenhal, does he?
The Christian wins every challenge he faces there. That truth alone is like to incite Rhaenyra's fury. You must worry for him.
I don't know. I think partially she finds him really frustrating. Cold, that is.
So
Her face.
The hand of the king. We should all pray for his victory and safe return.
If I may be so bold, my queen.
You're always gonna be so bold.
You've not seemed yourself of late.
Only weeks ago, my lord husband was alive, and the realm was at peace.
Weeks? That's been weeks.
Barely had the hours to grieve one tragedy before suffering the next. I regret if I have not been myself.
That's a lot. I thought it was more time that passed, I'm not gonna lie.
He knew that his wisdom alone could only reach so far.
Do you think that is why he changed his mind? No matter how
she can tell
for the crown.
That might have been what made her think that he changed his mind.
It's impossible to know what stirred his thoughts in those final hours.
Do you now doubt his intentions?
How does he know that? How does he know? He must know what one of the scepter. They're called scepters, right? He's got to know one of the scepters. He must have seen it.
And so will Aegon's. The war will be fought, many will die, and the victor will eventually ascend the throne. Never can Viserys' intentions died with him.
He probably knows that Rhaenyra was there, doesn't he? If there's one person in the whole of King's Landing that would know, it would be him. The way he posed that question was too spot on for it not to have some truth in it. Gonna have another vision? What is happening to him? What are these weird, like, visions supposed to be? Is someone doing it to him? Is it the gods? Is it himself losing his mind? I do feel a little bit bad for him because they've been pretty bad so far. Who do you see now? Aemond? Himself? Maybe? Oh, himself as Aemond. Oh my god. Why was those two guesses so spot on? Why is he seeing that? Who is she? Who's this woman?
I'm called Alice. Sleep can be thin in this place. Harrenhal's been cursed since its first stone was laid.
Has it actually? I also don't want to know what she had on her hands.
You experienced anything of note?
You are a strange kind of woman.
I'm no woman at all. I'm a barn owl. So you've come here after quarreling with your wife.
How did she know that?
You're alone to claim the castle and yet send no raven.
Fair enough. Yes, that assumption.
Hard thing, I imagine, to give obeisance to one who replaced you. And a woman too, a girl child you bounced on your knee. I mean, does it please you that her legitimacy is contested as you stand here?
She is interesting.
Here, drink this.
I have no idea what to think of her, but interesting for sure. I have no idea what he's drinking currently, but... Has he been in like a trance up until this point, or? Oh, he's there, they're from the family... Yeah, who
are you?
Sir William Blackwood of House Black.
He's been here for a while, hasn't he? Yeah. It's like, yeah, I remember this entire conversation. Not at all.
What might I do for you?
It was you who summoned me, Your Grace.
This is...
You fight for this old oath, not of course for your 1,000-year-old feud with the Bracken.
I once vied for Queen Rhaenyra's hand. I was like her spirit. Had the true blood of the dragon.
And you're prepared to march without the leave of your lord.
Keep seeing the... Oh my god. He's seeing his wife. His old wife. I do miss her. I feel like she was the only one who was able to keep Daemon a little bit grounded. She was really good for him. But actually, is it the... Oh, it's another woman. I was like, what if it's the
Once you
Alice woman?
the Queen's justice to the Brackens, our armies will be yours.
Even though he is completely out of this is going pretty well, all things considered.
What's in the Crown Lands are grousing. The herds of livestock struggle to keep pace.
You're not gonna gain any respect, Aegon, if you keep playing with that ball that's supposed to be laid down there.
The blacksmith's armorers in towns for equipment has only grown apace with Sir Kristen's army.
Is that one of his friends?
Kingmaker, they're calling him.
Kingmaker? That doesn't sound good for Aegon either, does it?
You bore me. You all bore me.
Well, their job is not to entertain you, unfortunately. But it is also their job to respect you, which they do not. I'm not saying he necessarily deserves it. Oh god, this is the dumbest thing. If he wants respect and wants to be treated as a king and get information, he cannot walk out of this kind of meeting. Oh god, is he gonna go and talk to his mum? Is he still suspicious of her? Because she does actually not have anything to do with this.
Where are your father's books?
I ordered them removed.
With no thought to the centuries of knowledge in those pages.
Oh my god, not them walking into each other. They're probably not the smoothest guys, but his friends, right?
I didn't burn them. They don't care what I think. Cole, Aemond, they pursue their campaign without seeking my aid, or even my thought.
What thoughts would you have?
I'm the king.
Do you think simply wearing the crown imbues you with wisdom?
I think so, yeah. I think that's what he thinks. I suppose it does kind of come with a title of respect, but not necessarily that you know anything.
It's my hope that, once enthroned, you would honour the burden of your new duties, be silent, and strive to learn from the more studied minds around you.
Yeah, well, that's never been him, has it?
That you might be half the king your father was.
Oh, she did not just say that.
Or what?
I guess she's not scared anymore.
You'll hang me, as you did your rat catchers. Or have me
She's
banished,
like...
as you did your hand. I rule in your father's absence throughout his long illness, and Otto Hightower was as cunning a statesman as ever lived.
Oh, is this what it's about? Otto, is it?
Our opinions in council.
She's not entirely wrong here.
You have no idea the sacrifices that were made to put you on that throne.
Yeah, especially all considered. Doesn't mean they shouldn't ask for his opinion, but he's not exactly listening or trying to give it.
Do, Mother?
Do simply what is needed of you. Nothing.
Oh, she really does not believe that he can become anything. I'm not saying I don't disagree with her. I'm not saying I agree with... Well, I partially agree with Alicent. But what Aegon truly needs is people to try and trust in him and try to be on his side. He has no one on his side, and the fact that his mum doesn't even believe in him, she doesn't even want to give it a try. She's not even scared of him as the king. She has no respect for her own children. Oh, maybe Helena, but not the other two. She's scared of Aemond, and Aegon she doesn't trust in at all. Like, imagine hearing your mum say that. That must be the worst. No?
Did you forget the little
horrific.
had on the road to
I feel bad for him a little bit, even though I don't disagree with her necessarily, because I don't think Aegon is a good king, but...
Dragons are just across the bay. What? Grown tired of living, have you?
Grown tired of living?
afraid?
Yeah, he's scared.
I'm rational.
Well, Sir Cole isn't, so good luck. God dang it. That's a complicated situation. I don't know how to word my thoughts, but I feel bad for Aegon that no one tries to give him that time of day, and no one believes in him, and no one respects him. But then on the other hand, he has done nothing to prove that he earns the respect, and he has done nothing to help the situation, you know? Rhaenyra's back! Let's go!
Your vassals have been fighting in your absence. Your Grace.
Oh my god, he's angry with her!
Cole's host has grown. He raised the levies of both Rosby and Stokeworth, and with their combined strength, sacked Duskendale.
My father. He kept his oath. Cole took his head for it.
You vanished without so much as a word.
He is really unhappy.
I went to King's Landing.
To what possible end?
To meet Queen Alicent and sue for peace.
Hard to believe, but yeah, she could have.
I inherited 80 years of peace from my father. Before I was to end it, I needed to know that there was no other path.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that she actually went down that path to make sure.
Only one choice remains to me. Either I win my claim or die.
Yeah, fortunately.
We stand at the ready.
She's now ready to act. Ooh, chills.
Why Rook's Rest? After Duskendale?
Because Lord Staunton is a member of this council. He is brazen. He is daring us to act.
We need
Not daring you to act, but he's trying to take it to push you off the land.
There are those who have mistaken my caution for weakness. Let that be their undoing. I will go.
Oh my god.
Not loose dragons to war whilst I hide here in my castle.
Our allies raise their banners for you.
Mm-hmm.
You die, all is lost. Send me.
No, you
can
lack
raise
the
the alarm.
experience.
True. He also won't gain it if he doesn't do it,
Send
but...
me, Your Grace.
No, I'm scared. No.
This is your largest dragon and no stranger to battle.
But she is the one person she
will
needs
meet
here. Oh no, I am not ready to lose Rhaenys. I'm not saying I don't. Oh my god, she is right though. She is right. But Rhaenyra needs Rhaenys. Without Rhaenys, she is the only one who understands her. And who can oh my, no, I'm so stressed. If she loses Rhaenys, this is the end. Potentially. Okay, maybe I'm over-exaggerating a little bit, but holy heck. No. She's right though, she's it has the biggest dragon, she's got experience, the dragon's got experience, and even though her son probably needs the experience, going up against Cole is not gonna be easy. It would have been cool seeing Rhaenyra going in though. I am a little bit scared of what he's gonna do. No, wait, he is gonna go. No, 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 no. Aegon is gonna go on his dragon, isn't he? Oh, Jin heck.
I wish only to fight for you. For your
I
claim
know.
and mine.
She knows that. It is not that she doesn't trust you. Is she gonna tell him the
I should have told you when you first became heir.
the Song of Ice and Fire? She's gonna tell him, isn't he?
But Viserys told me when he named me his successor.
Oh god. I am panicking. I love how she's telling it like her dad does. See, I knew Rhaegar was gonna go. Fudge. And he is enraged.
Because I was unsure that I believed it myself.
Oh, and she's riding in her I don't know what to do with myself.
My father believed that I alone was meant to be this protector. The horrors I have just loosed cannot be for a crown alone. That is why I must believe what Viserys told me when he named me his heir. Aegon the Conqueror's dream.
Or
the Song of
he's
Ice
still a Targaryen though. I don't know why in a moment that I thought she was gonna be like, so I need to tell you the truth. Actually, Laena was not your dad or something. Which I think he knows, but it is kind of epic that this is happening. The dragons are going to war for the first time, properly for the first time, and officially, as she is telling him about the Song of Ice and Fire. I wonder if that means he's gonna find out the truth about why Alicent thought that Aegon was gonna sit the throne.
To the seven hells with you, Cole!
Oh gosh.
What signal?
All is going to plan.
They were doing this on purpose, weren't they? I love how Alicent's brother is terrified all the time. I'm so sorry, but it's a little bit funny. This is not gonna end well. This is not gonna end well. I feel like I'm sweating. Oh, Rhaenys is one of my favorite characters. I don't want to lose her. I wonder if this is gonna leave this castle feel protected by Rhaenyra or not. I guess it depends. It doesn't really matter what they feel. Wait. Oh no. Was it the okay, wait. Aegon acted by himself. Idiot.
Vhagar.
Say he was gonna go into it and surprise. But now he... What if Aegon gets hurt? Does that mean Aemon will usurp the throne? He did this by himself. That makes sense. And you can see that clearly from Aemon. Their plan was to send Vhagar. Meleys is a big, strong dragon, but Vhagar is bigger And with Aemon as Vega's rider, that is pure chaos. Oh no, wait, I don't know. What if they both go? And what if the last conversation he had with his mum was that? Oh god.
His Grace the King's.
That was not the plan. No, that was not the plan.
The king himself to lay ambush and mayhap die in the attempt.
No. Oh, I wonder if Aegon is gonna take this opportunity or try to help him.
Hold to your courage! Hold to your will!
Oh, he's turning this well. I want to scream.
True king! Aegon!
His dragon, Sunfire, I think, has got to be smaller than Melee's. But they have 2 dragons, potentially. I have no idea what Aemon thinks here. If he's not coming on purpose, or if he doesn't trust Vega to get the right dragon. Oh my god, Rhaenys' face. I don't know what to think. Oh god. Oh my god. The dragon managed to save him, didn't he? Losing the king would be so bad for spirits here. For that side. But even if he survives, just the dragon itself is gonna be... Here comes Vega. Did he wait? Why did he wait?
We must get you to cover, my lord.
I would say go into the castle and pray for your lives. Oh no, this is gonna be so bad. Vega is truly ginormous. Who wouldn't be terrified seeing that dragon? And also knowing that Aemon is the rider. I wonder if Cole would prefer it if Aemon was the king. God, she cannot take 2 dragons. Oh my god. No. Please tell me that she doesn't die in vain. I'm not saying I want Aegon to die. That sounds really bad, but... they have to gain something. Oh no, he's taking them both. Aemon is taking them both. Did he just barbecue his own brother and the king? His dragon as well? He for sure could have taken Melee's off them. He for sure could... Did people see that happening? Oh god. There's no way. Oh god. Vega's gonna follow her. Vega is... Unless his whole plan was to get to his brother. I don't... She turns around! I thought she was gonna make it back! Oh my gosh, she's so brave! No, I hate this! I have goosebumps. There's no way she can go up against Vega. I believe in her, but... there's no way, is there? What if we just get Helena on the throne instead? Wouldn't that be a great idea? Just saying, you know, just putting it out there. Imagine watching that from the ground. Cole, even. And here, it doesn't matter who is who. The dragon will just squash them all. The fact that she is alive now is wild. I don't think it's gonna be for long, but... oh. Oh my god, that, like, them just looking at each other. She knew getting into this she might have been riding for her death already. Yeah. Oh, she's waiting for it. Does this mean they're losing 2 dragons in one go? Yes. Oh, I knew it. I'm not surprised that this happened, but I hate it. Aemon is truly so terrifying. Oh, I really hate this. Get to see more? I thought that was gonna be it. Oh, so bad for Rhaenys and Melee's. Yeah, there's no way we were rid of him, huh? I'm sorry, that also sounded kind of mean, but... The horse. I guess this really shows Cole what horrible stuff happens when dragons go to war. I don't know if you'll learn by it, but... I guess this is sort of what he wanted though. Not Aegon coming, but the rest.
The king has fallen, we must find him.
There's... 5. Look how devastating this is. I'm not sure he's gonna be able to make it. Like, his dragon managed to turn it around and kind of crash land the right way up, it seemed, but Vhagar barbecued him. It's wild that Cole was the only one kind of going for him. Oh my god, look at Cole. Oh god.
Where is his grace?
He has got to know that he did this, right? But... was that meant to be a killing I'll take the throne blow? A merciful blow? Or just... I don't... Cole actually seems to be sad about this. Aemon does not. He took the knife and left. He must have wanted this. Who else would react to this? I know that they don't have a good relationship and I know that Aegon is horrible to him, but holy bloody living heck. I don't even know what to say. What an intense and absolutely fantastically well-made episode. I was on my seat, I was sweating, I wanted to scream. Not saying that what I wish happened in this episode, and I am honestly devastated we don't have Rhaenys anymore. I've been giving her so much praise and I mean it, but this episode delivered. It delivered. So much happened. I don't even know where to start. This, it kind of feels like Aegon is dead, especially with the way Aemon just left. But then on the other hand, he was also about to draw his sword. Cole saw this. And if Aegon is not dead, Cole would be the only person, I presume, who knows that Aemon at least tried to take the throne from Aegon and kill him. But also considering this, like, I don't have too much hope for Aegon being alive. And despite all that I've said about Aegon, I don't like him being the king. And even though Aemon is in a sense more suited in terms of his logical, strategic thinking and war plotting, Aemon absolutely terrifies me. If we are going to have him on the throne, and Vhagar being his dragon, first off, this war is gonna be even bloodier than I imagined. And second off, I have no idea how Rhaenyra and her team are going to go up against that. They just lost their biggest dragon, and Rhaenyra basically lost her hand. Rhaenys wasn't her hand, technically speaking, but the way she behaved and the way that she counseled Rhaenyra, she might as well have been her hand. She kept her calm, she stood by Rhaenyra through thick and thin, she trusted Rhaenyra, and she gave her really good advice when she needed it. The fact that not only they lost the biggest dragon, but that Rhaenyra also lost Rhaenys, which is basically her biggest support, I am terrified for them. They also lost the castle that cuts them off from the mainland with all of this, which puts them in an even more vulnerable position. And if Aemon is either going to be king or their king being very badly hurt, it's not gonna end well. This is not gonna... There's a lot to say about this episode. I have a lot of questions, a lot of fears. I will admit, with all the... excuse my language, shit that I've been giving Cole. Although I can understand it being devastating seeing a field like that, because I don't think anyone can imagine how horrible it is when dragons actually fight. His devastation when he saw the field, and his expression when he saw Aegon laying there, and Aemon standing over him, taking his knife, drawing his sword, all of that stuff. I was a little bit surprised of that look in his face. Because the way he's been acting, it's kind of felt like he has been Team Aemon, you know? But I don't know if he maybe didn't understand what kind of person Aemon really is. Alicent for sure knows. Alicent is absolutely terrified of Aemon. She's made it's very clear. But I wonder if Cole did not realize that part. Maybe Cole has more seen the battle-ready, strategic, younger brother who's keeping himself more level-headed than what we have seen. So maybe this surprised him for that reason. Maybe it was just that it didn't go to plan. Maybe it's the fact that he maybe feels partially responsible for their king being potentially dead, or if not dead, extremely freaking harmed. I want to assume that Aegon is dead, right? By the look of all of this. But it is the fact that Aemon drew his sword, which I guess could have been for the dragon or for anything really, or cutting off the knife, getting it. I don't know why he was drawing his sword, but the fact that he did makes me think that there is still a tiny potential that Aegon isn't dead, and if so, I have no idea how Cole is gonna handle that situation. All I can say is for Rhaenyra's side, this is all extremely bad. They were really trapped, and I thought Rhaenyra was so cool when she was like, people think that I don't have an ability to act and stuff, but they really planned for her to act here. They planned for her to go there with one of her dragons, assuming they didn't have any dragons because they hadn't seen any, and she flew right into that trap. If Rhaenyra would have been the one going, it all would have been lost. And it was so cool when Rhaenyra was telling her son about the Song of Ice and Fire, affirming her own belief that she should be on the throne, her father's belief that she should be on the throne, and also the importance of her and her family sitting on the throne, and why it's important that they are on the throne. Because even though Aegon and Aemon and all of them are also Targaryens, they do not know about the Song of Ice and Fire, and therefore cannot sit on the throne in accordance with the dream. So much happened in this. You can truly see people snaking around, trying to grasp for power more desperately. And it's kind of horrible to think that the last conversation that Alicent potentially had with Aegon was, I do not believe in you. You should just sit and be quiet and do your duty and not say a word. Because I don't believe that you can be a king. Whether that's true or not, it's kind of horrible knowing that your mom told you that. And it's gonna be heartbreaking for Alicent if Aegon dies and that was their last conversation. I'm scared. This was such a good episode, I really don't know what to say. I feel like I got most of my thoughts out during watching this though. So, all I can truly say right now is going really well for Team Green. And Team Black is not doing great. I am still so sad about Rhaenys and worried that they don't have her or Meleys anymore. And I am also kind of scared of what's happening to Daemon, because Daemon was unstable as it was before. And with all the other things that's happening, it's not good. It is not good. Oh my god, I cannot wait. I cannot believe I have to wait a week to watch the next one. This was so good. Holy heck. Thank you so much for watching today's episode with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Let me know down below how you felt when you were watching this, when you were watching it with me, or any cool details I might have missed, or any thoughts that you have. I would love to know. And of course, make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for upcoming videos. We still have a few episodes to go in this season. I'm very excited to watch them, and I'm excited to react to other things in the future. So if you have any recommendations, feel free to leave them down below as well. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate y'all, and thank you for watching this wild show with me. I hope that you are gonna have an amazing rest of your day, night, morning, midnight, snack, breakfast, whichever time it is for you when you're watching this, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!